Hello, this is Bear from Wave. How's it going? Here's a new video on gold. Today we're going to take a look at what's happening, what could be happening, using that with you as always. These obviously are my own ideas and do not constitute financial or trading advice in any ways. So with that being said, today we're going to take a look at two different scenarios which I've been tracking down for quite a while. If you follow the channel, you know already what I'm talking about. And today we're going to see in depth what's happening, what could be happening, and which one at the moment for the time being is the most probable one. So what I'm talking about is a potential wave 4 already completed, being a triangle, and now we're just ready to resume higher. And the other option is a flat. So wave 4 is yet to come. We have further downside, which we'll face in the following weeks to months, and then at that point we could resume higher. So let's start with the triangle, which is the one that I give the most credibility to at the moment because of where we are in terms of monetary policy. So we're into an inflationary market, and as well as what's happening between the Ukraine and Russia conflict. So I'm saying this because obviously an inflationary market drives commodity prices higher, and equities, at least most equities, not all equities, obviously equities related to commodities, so energy, metals, soybeans, wheat, usually those stocks related to those commodities keep on moving higher. So here we're just going to focus on the daily. You see the count that's behind this. So first of all, a few fib relationships. We have wave 3 of cycle degree, which just broke through the 1.618, which, as we know, is a very common fib target for a wave 3. And as you can see, it just bounced back and forth. So it just retested it in some ways, obviously, just stayed on that level for quite some time, over a year, and now it finally broke through. So that's obviously a sign of potential further continuation to the upside. And if we just focus on what could have happened after the post-triangle thrust, so once the triangle is completed, and to do that, I'm just going to bring up these waves. We could have potential 1 and 2, 3, 4, so sideways 2, sharp 4, alternation is met, which is obviously something we would like to see in our wave count. Up for 5, down on A, 3 ways up for wave B, and then further downside to wave C. The question is, is wave C completed? Well, we can investigate that in just a second. Before we do so, I want to take a moment to show you VVS Discord for members only, and how on April 20th I send this goal update looking for further downside. As you can see, I was looking for further downside, and we did get further downside. It's this move up, as you can see, this move down, sorry, and April 20th was this candle right here. So basically, since prediction, we had a 4% move to the downside, which was predicted using LV theory within the VS members. So with that being said, just telling you guys, I do the updates, but obviously if you're a member, either of VVS, or if you follow my channel, if you're a subscriber, which obviously I would recommend to do so, it's obviously completely free, you know these updates are worth something. But enough has been said. We could have further upside. One thing we did not meet, at least yet, is equality, which is obviously right here, 1830, a wave C and wave A. And we know, at least I myself, like to see wave C being at least as long as wave A. Now, one thing to notice is, if we just move this line here, we see how the touch, so the retest of this broken trend line, would fall around equality of wave C and A. And for that reason, we could expect further downside. Now, on the other side, if we zoom even closer, if you go on the hourly chart, we could count 5 waves down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 5 of some degree. So potentially this would be minute. So this could be some kind of wave A, because I see this as a 3-wave move. So this could be, if not wave 1, wave A, B or 2, 3 or C, or else I say C or 3. So that's a possibility, and we could either move lower if it's an ABC, or just keep on going higher if this is indeed 1, 2 of the lows. Obviously, we did get resistance of the 61.8 C, intermediate C versus intermediate A, and obviously on the left we had previous support. So that has been said, what can we expect? Well, as I said, this little move higher could either have been wave A or wave 1, and we'll have the answer. To buy now, obviously, it would be quite aggressive and very risky. So we always like to wait for some kind of confirmation or resumption of the trend. So until we don't see 5 waves, a complete 5 waves move to the upside, it's quite pointless to even think about placing any longs. So for the time being, trend is still to the downside, obviously. There's no reason to believe it's not. And on the other hand, pretty much I said everything that needed to be said. Obviously, if you have a question, if I missed out on something, which I might have, or if you have any question, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will try to answer you as soon as possible. So now let's forget everything I said, or else I'll just move on to the alternate. And the alternate is 3 waves down into wave A, up in A, triangle in B, up for wave C, which again, even if we broke for this high, which we could have, because this is 3 waves down, so this being a flat, the whole correction into wave 4, cycle 4 being a flat, obviously we know that a flat can go past the starting point of wave A. And so with that being said, we could count 1 and 2, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why, as we just look at this price action here, this move of the past week onto lower time frame. That's why I said this could just be wave A, B, and C, and then we could resume lower. So plenty of room for downside, plenty of room to upside. I do believe it looks like we will have an answer soon, relatively soon. So maybe by next week things will be clearer, and I guess we can only wait to see. So this count is supported by the fact that if we do this, as you guys know, I like to draw the trend channel, connect 1 and 3, project it to 2, and that gives you my estimate for wave 4. Obviously, for the downside, we mean that wave 4 will fall within the trend channel, which, on the other hand, wave 4 in a triangle position did not. However, what is not very favorable, this count, is that this wave 2 is sideways, and this wave 4 will also be extremely sideways as well. So because of a roll alternation, I would prefer a triangle in wave 4, which obviously is not a zigzag, but still it's definitely much quicker in terms of time correction than this. I mean, it depends. You could, for the time being, you could count this correction in wave 4 as a flat. We don't know if it's going to be an expanded flat or a running flat, but it could also turn into a double flat. So we'll see about that. There's no reason to focus on that for the time being. What I wanted to focus on today was whether this is a wave 1. Let me zoom back in. just wanted to focus on this being a potential wave 1 and 2, or this being the end of a correction, and this being. And don't forget that I also go live here on YouTube every other Friday, so hit the notification bell to stay tuned. In the live streams, you guys can ask me anything, any instrument you want me to take a look at, and I try to do my best and give you my answer. That's it for me today. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the content and you don't want to miss out on the next update. If you enjoyed the content as well, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.